Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Cold Waters, the new submarine simulation, the new third-person submarine simulation out by Killerfish Games, the developers of Atlantic Fleet and Pacific Fleet. This game takes a different tone. It's a real-time simulation which puts you in charge of an American submarine during a hypothetical Third World War, either in the 1960s or 1980s. Tonight, we're returning to this for the third night in a row, and we're going to continue our attempt to play the 1984 campaign. The 68 campaign is a little bit less interesting to me because the Americans actually still have a lot of unguided torpedoes, and frankly, who has time to plot a course, get in close, use your periscope and all those kind of things. Let's just rely on all the fancy technology that we have in the 80s. So we're going to go ahead and do the 80s campaign again. I need a name for my captain. Seems like whoever actually think about their name dies really fast. Who should we name ourselves after? I'm going to name myself iTorpedo. Thanks, Stoic. I don't know if that was actually intended for me naming myself, but we're going to call myself iTorpedo. All right, so we go into the main menu here, or the ship selection menu here. We can see here we've got a Los Angeles class. This is a Flight 1, so there's no vertical launch tubes. Just a standard Flight 1 Los Angeles class attack sub. We're not going to use this. We're also not going to go with the Narwhal, which is what we went with last night, which is supposedly very quiet, a very quiet submarine. It has a natural circulation reactor, I believe is how it was explained to me, so it's actually as quiet as the USS Ohio boats, which are among the quietest ever built, but we're not going with that either. We're going to go with the Sturgeon class, which is the backbone of the fleet at the time of this war in 1984. There were 37 Sturgeon class submarines, all in service at the time of this war breaking out. There were some 20 Los Angeles class attack boats. Those were rapidly coming into service to replace the Sturgeon. The last Sturgeon was removed from service, about 13 years ago. They served into the early 2000s. But they were kind of the boat that was built in the 60s. They were the LA class in the 60s. Their main drawback is they only have a 25 knot speed when compared with the Los Angeles of over 30 knots. But they have all the offensive weapons of Los Angeles. They have torpedoes, they've got decoys, harpoon missiles, tomahawks, both land and sea attack missiles. They have a TB-16 towed array, so they have a towed sonar array, active and passive sonar, radar search, whatever. This is the backbone of the U.S. subfleet. At the time, although it is aging and is no longer the state-of-the-art submarine that it once was. So let's go ahead and select it. No, not made in China. Okay, so we're being to Commander iTorpedo, Sink Land Fleet, new command assignment. Effective immediately, you are hereby assigned to command of a Sturgeon-class submarine USS Hammerhead, SSN 663. Congratulations and good luck in your new command. Okay, so now we're going to get the tried and true Ronald Reagan sparked the Third World War. It does look like they change the picture every now and then, not of Reagan, but down here in the news article. But these are all sort of historical news articles that the game references up to the very end. So I'm kind of discussing the paranoia of the Soviet Union, the massive arms buildup in the United States, concerns over whether that provoked the Soviets, and then the Soviets' famous shooting down of a Korean Airlines plane. Followed up by the U.S.'s deployment of Pershing missiles, which are sort of intermediate-range ballistic missiles to Europe, and then the Able Archer crisis when a U.S. drill was thought to be an actual plan to attack on the Soviet Union. That being said, we now have a Soviet first strike against the United States and its NATO allies by driving into Germany to start the Third World War. So you can see here November 22nd, 1984. This is the first day of the war. I've had different start dates, so I don't know if that really means the war's been going on before you arrive. But either way, we're at Holy Loch in, is that England or Scotland? We've got our initial order, 7 o'clock in the morning, 1984. Intelligence data indicates enemy plans to launch an amphibious landing at Reykjavik and Keflavik, Iceland. Oh, good lord, this is Red Storm Rising. That's the Tom Clancy novel where the Russians kicked off a surprise attack by a surprise landing on Iceland. A task force with landing ships is leaving Archangel now. You must intercept and destroy this force before the landing occurs. Naval ops is depending on you. No other ships or aircraft are in position to intercept the enemy in time. That seems far-fetched. Locate and sink the enemy amphibious landing ships, primary objective. Secondary, locate and sink any escorting vessels if possible. Avoid detection by enemy anti-submarine warfare patrols. Weapons free. Maintain radio silence. Alright, well, everything's ready. All systems are operational. We're at the start of this campaign, and this is going to be a tough one. I imagine this is going to be a large convoy with a lot of modern warships guarding these transports, so we very may well die very fast. Just out of curiosity, what happens if I hit? Can I? Just not sure if I can adjust. Yeah, it doesn't look like or wait. Oh, you can. So I can adjust my loadout. So if I wanted to get fewer harpoons or if I wanted more harpoons, I can make those adjustments. So right now we have 12 Mark 48 torpedoes, 8 harpoons. I think I'm going to unload a couple harpoons. They're useful, but on the flip side, they give away your position very quickly. So I'm actually going to load another decoy because Lord knows I suck, so I need those fake submarine decoys. And then I'm going to load a couple more Mark 48s. And, let's see here. I guess we'll just load another harpoon. So we'll have 5 harpoons and 14 Mark 48s, as well as 4 decoys. And, I guess that puts us at 5 hours in port, so it does give us a little bit of a delayed start. But I'm hoping, because the enemy has to go all the way to Reykjavik and up north, up toward Iceland, that you know, we've got a much shorter distance to cover in order to intercept them. So we're moving up here. You can see that little red thing here across the way is a Russian satellite, I believe. All right, so I think we're in position. And it's just a matter of awaiting the enemy. Now, I'm going to move out a little bit. I don't know where they're at, but I'm going to try and engage them a little bit further away from Iceland. So if I don't win in the first battle, if I survive, maybe I can at least, you know, hit them as they, you know, catch back up to them. I don't know if this is them, but they're certainly heading west. Uh-oh. Little pop-up. Sweden is under fire. The world holds its breath as Soviet amphibious forces invade Sweden. The opening of another front aids pressure on NATO as a forceful response will require relocation of the already strained Western fighting forces. Although the current situation can hardly be called a stalemate, analysts agree that it can be described as a momentary draw. Dominance of the Atlantic still hangs in the balance as both sides have suffered losses during the past few days. Well, the war started, are we at 2 days ago now? So yeah, I guess we are 2 days into the war. It's November 24th. Okay, sonar contact, bearing 132 Sierra 1. Scattered and gentle breeze, strong surface duct, and a strong thermal layer. Okay, good. So we've got a thermal layer at 233 feet. We can duck beneath if we need to for safety. I'm going to close to 20 kilometers. Then I'm going to man battle stations at 20 kilometers. We'll see where we're at here. Hopefully we're not already under fire like last night where torpedoes were cruising in on us before we even had a chance to understand what the situation was. And we immediately lose contact on Sierra 1. Let's see here. Let's slow to 2/3. I want to take a look at the situation before. So there's 84 decibels of ambient noise. That basically means that, you know, the amount of noise on the surface versus where makes it harder for us to detect if there's more ambient noise. So there's an enemy helicopter. There's looks like a Soviet anti-submarine aircraft. Looks kind of like a P-3, but it's got a red star on the back. So 2 anti-air units. And there's good old us. We're below the layer at the moment, so my hope is they can't really hear us very well. We're moving at standard, so we're moving at 10 knots, and we don't really know where our contact is, although I would presume it's behind us if it's probably this way if it's 132, right? Can't zoom out anymore, so like if I zoom all the way out, I don't see anything. And no targets. So let's try this. Let's try slowing down a little bit more. See if we pick anything up at 1/3 speed. Okay, so we did pick something back up. 01, bearing 138. Another contact. So these seem kind of close in. Both within 10 kilometers. Oh boy, this looks like maybe a convoy of some kind. Alright, so let's get to work trying to identify these tracks. So the first thing we'll try and identify is CR2. Out front, you can see here there's just sort of these 3 lines on the left. We'll turn toward them a little bit. We're moving slowly. So it could be this. It could be a Typhoon SSBN, but I doubt that would be sailing in convoy. Let's see if there's anything else that's got a close match. I mean, it could certainly be providing escort. But we'll find out soon enough. I've seen a couple of ships that have very similar noise signatures to each other. So, like, it could be a Karov CGN as well. So the enemy must have a magnetic anomaly reading on me or something, because they do appear to be right on top of me. At least it seemed like there was a plane flying right by me. Maybe not. Alright, so let's go back. So again, it could be a Karov. There's a little bit of... I don't see a reading over here to the right that I can line it up with. There's a whole bunch of things that have these three lines on the left. I don't know if there's anything with the 3 lines on the left, but nothing on the right. I know, there could be a line here. It's hard to read. There could be a line here. It would make sense if it was a transport. Let's classify it as that. I'm just going to hope it's a transport. Sierra 3. So this one we've got a little bit better fix on, it seems. Let's see if they match exactly. So again, it's kind of tedious to scroll through all of these potential tracks. God, there's another one, like, right on top of us. We're gonna, like, go under these guys. This one, I think, is an Alligator LST. Just based on there being a line right here. There's 2 lines. There's these 3 lines all match. These 4 lines match. Hard to see if maybe there's just no noise there. It will correct you as well if something pops up and you learn something you didn't otherwise know. So if your sonar identifies the track, it will tell you. I think this is another AP. You can see there's a faint line here, these 3 lines, and then you've got one that looks like it could be a line out this way. Zero 1 looks like it just pinged us. Another contact? Good lord. This one, I think, is something else entirely. Got 4 good lines here toward the left. Does look like there's a little bit of sonar coming off. Okay, so contact 1 is a Kasan. Our sonar did that on their own. Again, when you get a good enough track on something, your sonar will identify it. I think this is probably another LST. So right now I see 1 warship. I see 4 transports. There's definitely more warships because I'm getting some active pings. Nothing's in the water yet. The Kasan we've got a really good track on. The other ones, our solutions are not great. I don't really want to give my position away, although I certainly am worried when you see these pings of sonar. Oh, I need to turn back. Want to make sure I've got kind of a bow toward the enemy, so when our torpedoes fire, they're not sailing at 90-degree angles. I had my wires breaking all night last night. That was because my torpedoes were firing at right angles to my targets, so the wires were breaking. I don't want to start losing torpedoes just quite yet, guys. I know you're calling for it, but if we look at these contacts, we can see we're steadily gaining our firing solution here. They're getting better. So I want to try and maximize that. I'm going to fire a torpedo at the Cassin. Fully expect it to destroy it, but I'm going to fire multiple torpedoes here. I'm going to try and put one at each of these other targets, so if we can take out a couple ships all at once, you know, that's going to be much more effective. If they fire on me, then I will certainly, you know, loose a torpedo. We can see something up here. So this is the Cassin. She is not moving, so she's got to be in, you know, kind of hunt mode. So she will probably hear me the moment I fire my torpedo off. These guys are all well within torpedo range. They're all at around the 10-kilometer range. Got very good tracks on multiple targets here. Let's go ahead. Let's level off. We're going to fire a single torpedo at the Cassin. Do I have to close my torpedo tubes to do this? Yep. Shit. I just lost my torpedo on the Cassin. Well, now I'm going to lose the other one. God damn it. I assume the torpedo goes active the second... The thing is, if I make it go active, I'll lose. Alright. What do we have a wire on? Do we have anything in... Nothing but... Oh, shit. Torpedoes coming down. It's got to be close to me. Alright. Alright. We're just going to set these guys to go active. They're all turning away now. It's going to be really hard to maneuver. I think all of our torpedoes wires broke. Oh wait, no, we still have wires on some of them. Anyway, so we're ruddering away. So the Cassin's dead. Take a look at our external camera. So we hit the Cassin with our torpedo. She's dead in the water. I gotta think she's gonna sink. I haven't actually had a single ship where I've hit them and they haven't sunk in a single torpedo. Sure enough, she's dead in the water and is quickly going down. So she's definitely sinking. Alright. All sorts of torpedoes. Let's get a moss in one of our tubes. Let's reload these other tubes. So there's definitely sonar. There's faint return I can hear. Those are my torpedoes. There's another one here that looks like it's tracking in. So we may get one of these transports. I don't see where the Soviet torpedo is. That's a Mark 48. Oh, this is the Soviet one, maybe. It appears to be hunting. I don't see me. There's the constant going down. This guy's coming up at some target somewhere. Looks like he's acquiring someone. So is this guy. So it looks like we're going to have multiple hits here. Oh, okay. So the Russian bomber may have dropped a sonar buoy and not a torpedo. Alright, so I don't know if this will sink them. Do we need multiple torpedoes? Make sure we're not about to die. Oh shit. This is the Soviet, isn't it? But he's above us. He's searching. Is this our torpedo that's searching right above us? Going in circles? Doesn't look like us. As long as it doesn't drop below the layer, I don't really care. It's hard to tell if it's diving on me slowly. Oh shit, what was that? I just saw a red. What does that red marker mean? Alright. Just fired a noisemaker, or moss. Something just blew up above us. So this is our moss that we just put out, and there's another torpedo. It's up here, and again, just kind of going in, well, he could be slowly descending on me. I don't know where this guy's going. I don't see any ship that he's about to hit. A real great torpedo. Alright, let's back the other direction. A real great torpedo if you acquired and chased our moss. Probably should have had it go at shallow depth, right? I thought the yellow marks were active sonar, unless maybe the red means they've got a fix on us. So one of those is definitely our torpedo circling, I think. But the enemy have all turned back. The CR7. I wish you could have a button that would tell you which target was which. Like, which one is friendly and which one isn't. Again, this thing just needs to run out of steam. That's what I want it to do. Here's the air flying over again. So we've got, it looks like we were claiming 2 enemy transports and an enemy surface vessel, with multiple other ships having at least turned back for the moment. I don't know why I'm running in circles. Reverse rudder a bit. I gotta load a harpoon there. We need a torpedo. Only thing left is our moss. Okay, good. So nothing else is in the water at the moment. Alright, let's take stock of where we're at. There's an enemy sonar buoy right here. That's the little blinking thing. We're receiving some maybe not locked on active sonar from out this way. Transports look like they've turned back, at least temporarily. What direction are we going? I was just going in circles for a bit there. So I don't know if I dare launch a harpoon. Well, I'd have to come up to 200 feet. That would put me above the layer. We could do that. We could launch a harpoon at these ships as they retreat. Slow down. 1/5. Okay, so we reestablished 1. Sierra 7's kind of out there. Alright. I don't think... Do we have a contact on these guys? No, we don't. These guys are going the opposite direction. Doesn't even say how... Oh, jeez. These things are bouncing all over. Let's see if we can identify this boy. He looks like he may be going for our decoy, which is great. I haven't seen any enemy subs yet. And now he's bouncing that way. 30% firing solution. He's at 40 kilometers? Jeez. Oh, that can't be right. 14 kilometers? Alright. That's a close match, but not exactly. Well, it would make sense. Not sure if it really is an Oodaloi, but it sure would make sense. I just don't see the right... I feel like there should be something here, too. Let's cycle around. They just drop another... Uh-oh. That's a rocket-guided torpedo. I don't know if they have a fix on us or not. I'm going to accelerate and start maneuvering. Not 70, unless he's 70 kilometers down. And another enemy torpedoes in the water. Alright. Back the rudder over. Maybe we can knuckle. Diving to depth. Don't know where he is in relation to me. I don't see me on the map. I don't see me... But he's certainly coming down with a... Alright. Back the other way. I'm back there. There's something coming toward me. These controls feel backwards. Do we need to be faster to create a knuckle? They're depth charging way behind us. At least it looks like it. But that torpedo feels like it's closing in. I could be wrong. It may be going back and forth. Maybe giving more of my position away than necessary by dropping those decoys. Yeah, they might be going after my decoy. Although I don't see anything around this. This thing's so far away by now. Another rocket-guided torpedoes on the way. Great. I was thinking about maybe jumping over the layer. I don't know if that's a good idea right now. What's our hull at? Still 100%. That torpedo just dropped, and something just blew up on the surface. I'm not sure if that was like a failed torpedo. Oh shit, that's where we are. Thing's coming right down on top of us, I think. Where is he? Oh god, that is right down on top of us. You just form a knuckle already? Don't you just get a knuckle by backing yourself off? Oh shit. Go away, torpedo. Go away. Full rise on the planes. Go after our goddamn decoy. That full rise at least fooled him for a second. Good lord. Alright, let's head back down. Back the rudder off. Drop another decoy. Still don't think I've created a knuckle yet. I don't want to drop below 900 feet, I don't think. We'll rise on the planes. Good lord, I feel like a fighter jet trying to avoid an incoming SAM. Alright, wait, no. He's back over that way. I don't want to reverse course quite yet. Maybe if we can get on the other side of that. He's coming back over. Oh shit. Don't care if we're cavitating right this second. God, we're gonna breach. Shit. Down! Oh god. That's bad. Are we in range of gunfire? Where'd the torpedo go? Did the torpedo blow up? Can't see it. There's no torpedoes. I'm sure it won't be long until they fire something else at me. They for sure hear me. Still hear the active sonar. We're back below the layer, by the way. Nothing to see here, guys. Nothing to see. Just a whale. Two-thirds. Ugh. I run away now. How do I run away? Alright, let's see our 7. Signature on this, right? Can't see jack shit. Everything's garbled. Moving very fast. Oh, that's a good... That was a very strong hang. Fire another decoy away. If they're gonna attack something, I'd rather them attack the decoy. That's why I loaded up on some extra ones. Alright. Still nothing? A lot of distortion in the water around that guy. There's definitely active sonar coming from this guy. 35 kilometers. I mean, that's a long way off. Slow up a bit. I don't want to be so close to my decoy. But I also kind of want to keep going the same direction. That's where my target is. There's sonar coming from this guy. Gotta be too close together on the right. I want to get back in the attack. Away. Gonna be too close. I think too far for us to engage. I'd pop up and drop a harpoon on him, but I just feel like he's gonna turn on me right away. It's actually a pretty good map. Let's identify it as that. I don't know if that's really confirmed or not, but we're going to go into the assumption it's a guided missile or a guided cruiser, the Kresa. Need better than 66%. Turn toward him a bit. Don't you guys tell me to disengage. I may have done my job, but you got to be more aggressive. You can never be aggressive enough for OKW. 76% solution. Only moving at 5 knots. Undoubtedly tracking for enemy subs. Krivak's pinging us. He's moving away at full speed. This guy just wants to sit. Oh, what's he dropping? That's a sonar buoy. It's almost down on top of us. We're going to have to launch here soon. This is out at 12 kilometers. Let's get her in the water. Hopefully the solution will tighten up by the time the torpedo closes a bit. The Krivak's only... Oh, it's only a 50% solution, so he's way down here probably, because we had a 95% fix on him down there. I don't think he just magically appeared. Okay. Something's coming at us. Oh shit. Back to this, eh? I don't think I'm gonna get out of this one. No! Hull's at 32%. Pumps are damaged. Ah! Oh boy. So with the hull as weak as it is, I think we're gonna have to be at shallower depth. Our pumps are failing, so we're gonna flood. We're gonna have to abandon ship here. For sure, we're gonna have to abandon ship. I don't think the pumps will heal in time. About to breach. Sideways. Oh, not quite. The pumps are getting a little better. Let's level out here. I think this is our torpedo. Oh, the enemy's launching another one. That's just not cool, guys. I didn't set our torpedo to run shallow. God damn it. I don't, with my hull at 32%, we can't play the deep sub game. We'll crush. Our hull will crush. Oh, that's not a small hole at all. Because I think a sub would really survive that. And down she goes. Is it on top of us? Where is it? Behind me. Is he I think he's acquiring our noisemaker. Or our decoy. Going that way. Oh, that one is he? Where's he going? That's another torpedo that's following our decoy. Now the question is, can I sneak out of here if these torpedoes... They're all following my decoy. The question is, will they detonate on it or... just run past it? Run past it appears to be the answer. I should not be this deep in this condition. And now they're going to acquire me, probably. My noisemakers literally have no effect on these things. What's the frickin' point? What the hell did he just do? Did he just follow the noisemaker? I'm so confused. What is... course, now he's circling back around. Are you not able to detect us? Like, what is this? What is this torpedo doing? No! Alright, we're dead. Quick, abandon ship. Alright, so we sunk 1 transport, 2 transports, and an enemy escort. 2 enemy escorts escaped, 2 transports escaped. So... Bronze Star to Commander I Torpedo, Commanding Officer, USS Hammerhead, for extraordinary heroism and actions against the enemy of the United States of America on 24 November 1984. His unwavering resolve and self-sacrificing devotion to duty in the face of death are worthy of the highest emulation. Okay. Ah, we're prisoners. Soviets capture subcrew. Well, that's the end of the war for us. UK blockaded, the end. Two days at war, 1 mission accomplished. So we did accomplish a mission. Sunk 2 merchants, 3 transports, total of 36,000 tons. Okay. I like how easily they make it to abandon a sub 600 feet down. Just quick, guys, jump overboard, you'll be fine. Better dead than red indeed. I am going to play again, guys. Do not even think that that is the end. I am determined to not die, and I probably should have snuck away when I evaded that first torpedo. We did our damage, we sunk an enemy escort, we sunk 2 transports, we put a big dent in their invasion fleet. We were far enough out from Iceland where we probably could have pulled back and engaged them again on more favorable terms, where we would have had surprise again. I got a little bit too aggressive, a little bit, over anxious. It was, it was a fun battle, but, I certainly need to think a little bit more about protecting my boat. I did do a better job of evading torpedoes, though. I think I found, using an effective way to use mosses that definitely kept them off our back for a while. The maneuvering and the massive depth changes, certainly useful tactic. While that may have been a useful tactic, it's probably not the most effective one. The most effective one probably involves not allowing the enemy to find out where you are when you're blasting all over the sea at 30 knots, up and down, and up and down, and left and right, and left and right. It's going to be much more difficult for the enemy to not know where you are. But with that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and cut this video off here. We fought another battle. We accomplished quite a bit, but we, at the end of the day, were unsuccessful and were killed. So we're going to go ahead and end this video here. I've got another one that'll come out tomorrow that has a little bit more, I wouldn't say subtlety, but a little bit more success. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching, and I'm out.